the tickets were $1, and it was a good time.
It was a good time. You could go see double features and,
Yeah,
and get you some little snacks. And it was nice. I think they should bring those back because, a lot of, especially for young people.
I'm going to homecoming and, going to dances and gyrating. I was the first cat to have a cell phone. When nobody else doing it like that. You know me, I always got to stunt. I had a pager and a cell phone. I had a drug dealing kit without drug dealing. Speaking of rides, how was yours, Jay?
It was actually okay. That's because I drove overnight instead of like during the day, so I didn't hit any traffic. It was cool. Yeah, it was a nice ride. Pretty much, I got like a system. So I start with Prince, right? And then, then Michael Jackson, and then you got to take it back. And then I go Jackson 5, then the Jacksons.
Right, because there's a difference.
There's a difference. And then Stevie Wonder is next. And I like to wrap up with Miseducational Lauryn Hill because you can play that end to end, and that's a really good playlist.
Yes, that's a classic album, unlike the Clips' current album.
But I never said that the Clips album was a classic. I said it was fire. That's what I said.
It is fire. It absolutely is fire. Well, I knew when you left because we share an Amazon account, and I guess your ring is attached to your Amazon account.
Yes.
So anytime, not every time, which is weird, your doorbell rings or there's an alert at your door, it pops up on my TV screen. So I'm sitting in the house enjoying my Sunday fun day as I do, drinking champagne, watching WWE documentaries, getting prepared for SummerSlam, the second night of SummerSlam. And your alert goes off. And I'm like, what the hell? I know Jay had to have already left because it's like 3:00 in the afternoon. But no, I see you loading up the car. And I was like, this is like a 10 to 12 hour drive. And she's not going to get here until like 5:00 in the morning. Why would she do this to herself?
I had a choice. Usually I leave at 3:00 in the morning so that I get there like midday. I still have the rest of the day. So I had a choice. I was like, am I going to sleep and just drive overnight? Or am I just going to go ahead and leave at 3 in the morning? And I chose to get some sleep. And then it's also better for the dogs because by the time I actually got on the road, which was about 6, they had already eaten, gone. I had walked them. They were good. And then I stopped one more time in North Carolina. And then I didn't stop after that. I didn't have to because they went to sleep. It was by that time. By the time I got to North Carolina, it was their bedtime. They were asleep. And so it was an easy ride overnight because they were back there snoring like a fake JJ and Michael.
Oh, man. Speaking of trips, one of my clients is currently in Delaware, in Wilmington, Delaware, home of former President Joey Beans, aka Joe Biden. And they said, we just missed him, but he was in the grocery store. And I was like, Biden be moving around like that in Wilmington?
Yeah.
And I guess he does.
Yeah.
Then my client said, and I called her out and I said, that's absolutely not true. No, it is. It's like, it's not. This is another one of the situations where just logically it doesn't make sense. She says, well, he only has one Secret Service agent. I was like, nope.
Incorrect.
Nope. There's no way in hell.
He's got a former team. He has a whole team. He's a former president. He's got a whole team.
He doesn't have one
for the rest of his life.
I said, you saw one.
You saw one. But just know that before he entered that grocery store, it got cleared out by several Secret Service agents. They checked it over thoroughly before he even got in the car to leave for the grocery store. Right. It was already vetted and cleared so that he could walk in with one Secret Service agent that you saw.
Right.
But there were probably plainclothes ones like this. No, it's a team. And no.
And so and they kept arguing with me over and over and over again. So finally I Googled it and I said, look, a current president has 300 Secret Service members detailed to them. Former presidents have 90 to 100. Now, the current president did take away the Secret Service detail for Biden's kids because he's an asshole. But you can't take away the Secret Service detail for the president. And so I was like, you're not right. And this was one of 3 people who said something to me. And I was like, I'm gonna just need you to think about this logically. That doesn't make any sense. Another person was like, yeah, Jurassic World and Superman are streaming on Amazon Prime. I said, nope. No, it's not. No, I saw it. Nope. No, it's not. You know how I know that? Because they're both still in the movie theater.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I saw it. I said, okay.
You might have saw a coming soon type of, or it'll start streaming in a few months or something. You might have seen an advertisement for it, but you didn't see it.
Right. And sure enough, I was on my computer. I said, no, I'm just going to do a quick Google search. And I was like, yep, as usual, you're not right. You got half of it right. It will be coming soon.
Yeah.
But they're still in theaters. Superman hasn't even been in the theater for a full month yet.
Yeah. Sinners just left theaters.
No.
Just left.
Sinners.
No, it did. I saw it maybe about 2 weeks ago. I saw on Instagram that it's finally out of theaters.
Well, it's been on what? Apple TV or Amazon Prime or whatever.
It's on a couple streaming platforms right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, all right, but maybe it was a dollar theater. They still got those.
I doubt it. I highly, highly doubt it. Maybe in some small towns still.
Lynchburg, Virginia. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I brought that up is because when we were living in Lynchburg, Virginia had a dollar movie theater. And I remember when it first opened, it played old movies in the beginning. And then this was the 90s. So it took a long time before a movie had its full run in the movie theater. And then it took an even longer time before it got to video. Like it would take almost a year after leaving the movie theater before it actually came out on video.
Yeah.
And so they would play movies at the dollar theater. And when I say it was a dollar theater, the tickets were $1. And it was a good time.
It was a good time. You could go see double features and, and get you some little snacks. And it was nice. I think they should bring those back because, a lot of, especially for young people, because that's of course when we used it. I remember, being at the elementary and middle school, going to the dollar theater because you had a couple dollars in your little piggy bank or your purse. You go to dollar theater. Kids don't have what the kids doing. I don't know. Going to Main Event.
What is Main Event?
Buster's. They're basically Dave and Buster's, but it's for kids. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, probably. You know what they should do? I just came up with $1 million idea. They should bring back a dollar theater for old movies to run. And they should have, like, say, for instance, they wanted to bring back classic movies like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, right?
Right.
Good, wholesome family movies.
Yeah.
They can run them in 2 separate theaters at the same time. And in one theater, they have all different type of setups for people to go in there and do TikToks and Instagrams along with the movie and post on social media so it's not aggravating everybody. And then the other movie theater would be strictly for you sitting here to watch the movie. Right. That would be one way to keep the attention for all these young kids who ain't got no damn attention.
Yeah. I don't know. Do the youths go to the movies?
I mean, yes, because movies are still making hundreds of millions of dollars or sometimes billions of dollars. So
I feel like that's millennials buying that we're the ones still going to the movies.
It could be Gen Z, Gen Z are full-fledged adults right now. So they could be going to the movies. I mean, they going out on dates. They buying homes now. They're full-fledged adults.
I remember for the longest time, anytime it was young people stuff, all these millennials out here, especially like during COVID, right? Oh, the millennials are still going out for spring break. No, we're not. We're in our 30s and 40s and we have mortgages and children. You're talking about Gen Z like that. But millennial used to just be a catch-all for youth. And I'm like, no, we have 401ks now. It's not us.
Gen Z could also have 401ks now. They probably do.
But I mean, like we close to using them.
No, I'm the oldest. Well, I'm actually not a millennial or Gen X. I'm a zillennial. Was it you that sent me a clip.
Yeah.
There was a guy. It was you that sent me the
He
clip
was
of a
breaking
guy.
them down like the millennial generation, more detailed. Like, yeah.
I don't think there's any generation, the way he broke it down, ladies and gentlemen. So my sister sent me a clip, an Instagram clip with this guy breaking down millennials. And basically he started with zillennials that he dated from 1977 to like 1982 or 83.
Mm-hmm.
Like those particular people are like right in the middle because they remember when they don't remember when there was only 3 channels. There were cable. It was more than 3 channels. Fox was around there, but they remember like,
Yeah, because Gen X is the MTV generation. So there was definitely cable.
yes, he based it on, they remember when internet wasn't a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but also young enough to still, the internet was a thing, but they remember a
Right.
time when there
Yeah.
was no, and like was aware, like
Mm-hmm.
sentient. That's a wrong choice of word, but
But
maybe.
yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
conscious in a world without internet access, and then watch the birth of internet access, and then was on like a part of the first households to get internet access.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
so like and I kind of include myself in that because I do remember when you needed to look something up, going to the library, hitting that card catalog, Dewey Decimal System, all of the things, like being both analog and digital. But I still think I'm later. I think you and I are a different generation because I think I grew up with more tech, like especially like
You
in
grew
high
up with more tech
school. And
younger. Yes, you grew up with more
yeah,
tech younger
yeah.
because I remember us getting the computer and getting Windows 95. I was in high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like I'm in high school. Like I'm
yeah.
out here mixing and running and doing things. You were still
Right.
you
Middle
were
school.
just got to middle school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
When
Like,
we got the internet at home, when we got AOL, I was in
yeah,
middle school. Yeah.
yeah. So I was like, but you were like 6th grade middle school. Like you had
Mm-hmm.
just got there. And
Yeah.
I'm about to start driving real soon. So
Mm-hmm.
that 4-year difference is
Yeah.
not vast as far as age, but is vast as far as like where we were.
The movement of
Yeah.
technology at the time, for sure. Yeah.
I'm going to homecoming and, going to dances and gyrating.
Yeah.
You ain't nowhere near that. You still playing with Barbies.
Clear example, in high school, you had a pager. In high school, I had a cell phone.
Yep.
That's the
I did get a
best
cell
example.
phone. Well, hold on though. Yes, you had a cell phone in high school. I had a
Mhm.
cell phone right after I graduated high school. But I
Yeah.
was the first cat to have a cell phone. When nobody else doing it like that. You know me, I always got to stunt. I had to
You
be the
did.
first one.
You had all
Yeah.
you had all the things every time. I think I was like the last one to get a cell phone because I was like, what is this? Who cares about the? I still wasn't convinced of the technology yet. Because I was like, we had car phones in the 80s and 90s, and then they kind of phased out. Like nobody had them anymore. So I was still like, why do I need people to be able to reach me outside of home? Like I still didn't
They faded
understand.
out because people started having cell phones.
Yeah, but like I still was skeptical
I
of
don't know why
the
you were
like.
skeptical.
I was just like, why do I need people to reach me outside of home? Like I don't understand.
Look,
So, but I still
you
got one. I got that Nokia brick.
everybody
And
had that Nokia brick.
yeah, I got that Nokia brick. That was my first one. I think I was 16 and I bought it myself with my little money from my part-time job. And it was dry. It was the Sahara Desert. I was like, I don't know why I have this.
Yo, so I was 18. Nobody else had a cell phone. We were still rocking pages. I had a pager and a cell phone. I had a drug dealing kit without drug dealing
Right.
because I had the chain and the diamond earrings. Like,
I do remember. Yes.
y'all, I was the epitome of doing too much. I always been the epitome of doing too much. Hence the
Yeah.
dangle earring right now.
If people saw you, they at that time they would be like, "Oh, he's moving weight," and
Yeah,
absolutely not. You had a
absolutely
book
not.
report. You had a book report due that evening. Like
Right.
absolutely not. You
One,
were not.
but I remember I was stunting at the county fair, at the Montgomery County Fair.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, Montgomery County in Maryland. That fair.
Every August. It
little
was
pathetic.
always the week of my birthday.
Yep.
It was a very nice fair.
It was a little pathetic.
To stunt at the fair was pathetic. The fair was nice. The fair was fun.
Oh, we went, me and my boys went to the fair every year. And this is a funny thing. Every year I would meet up with the same girl and my boys would joke, there go Bruce again with that girl every year. We didn't talk until the fair came around. But this last year, we did talk because I had the cell phone. So I said, yeah, you could page me or you could hit me up on my cell phone because I didn't even have a pager the year before. So within a year, I come back. Not only do I have diamond earrings, not only do I got a chain, I got a pager and a cell phone. You couldn't tell me nothing at 18 years old, whipping the corners in the Avalon. You couldn't tell me nothing back in the day.
Yep.
Whew. The epitome of doing too much. It was a good time.
No, because I was the same at 18. I was just talking about the other day because of course, I drive through Virginia coming up here past King's Dominion. I said, man, I ain't been there since the spring of 2002 for Black College Weekend, where I wore an all-white velour Rocawear tracksuit and could not be told anything. Like, I only drank Sprite that day because I'm like, I'm not messing up my all-white velour tracksuit, Rocawear tracksuit with no Coke. Give me a Sprite or some water. I did not eat a thing because I didn't want to spill nothing. But you couldn't tell me nothing. I found that picture actually like a couple years ago of me posing in that tracksuit.
I need to see a copy of this picture.
Okay, I will definitely find it. I feel like it's on my old computer somewhere, but I'll definitely find it and show you. And you couldn't tell me nothing. Like even the way I was posing, it was like, oh, she really thinks she's somebody.
Look, let me tell you something. You and I both do the most. We still do the most. When we get together to do things, we do the most. We the most family.
Yeah, we do.
Join the conversation and follow the Unsolicited Perspectives podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your audio podcasts.